Welcome back to the bedside table, folks. Welcome back. I'm your host, Ellie, and I'm so glad you're here. Welcome. Hello. Oh my gosh. This episode is sponsored by COVID. No. I am sick though with COVID. So can it be sponsored by COVID? I mean, yeah. Sorry. So this is going to be Ellie's Delulu episode because, hello, we're in a fever dream. Literally, no. My fever broke 2 days ago. I think. Maybe we are in a fever dream. But what is going to be really cool is that my voice is sultry sick sounding. You like that alliteration? I do. Sultry sick sounding. This is the only time, whenever I'm sick or when I wake up and I have man voice, it's the only time that I can hit really low notes in the songs that I try to hit really low notes in. Can't think of any off the top of my head. Don't ask me, please. They're gone. Every single song in existence is gone because I'm talking about them. I'm talking about songs. I'm talking about something that I can do, a talent that I possess with my man voice. I'm talking about that. And when it involves a talent that I possess and then me doing something with that talent, I cannot give you an example at all for the next, day and a half until the library bank comes back to my brain because it's all gone now. Because I'm telling you that I can do something cool, but I can't show you now that I've told you. Does that make sense? Again, it's going to be our Delulu episode. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me for episode 3 of the bedside table. Episode 3. Yes. I have some points written down because that's what we do here. That's what my brain has to attach itself to. Bullet points. But, so I got COVID. I got sick about 4 days ago, and I was really trying to go back to work because I've missed work all week, and I was trying to go back to work, and my boss was like, just get me a negative test and we're good to go. So I was like, yeah, no problem. Went and got tested, or went and grabbed some tests today. No, it's a no-go. I still have to be here. In my apartment by myself. Can't see anybody. I think that's the hardest part about being sick, specifically with COVID. I mean, if you've got the flu and stuff, you don't want to go out there and, blow it on everybody else. Like sneeze and cough and stuff is what I meant. You don't go out there, pooping on everyone either. Yep. This is going to be a fun one. Yeah. You're welcome. I missed. I put a trash can right there so I could throw it in there like the pro baller that I am. And I got it exactly in there. You can't see that. I got it exactly right where I wanted it to be. Exactly. Okay. I think that's excuse the phlegm. I think that's the hardest part about being sick with a contagious illness. So you can't go out and see anyone. I mean, you could, but that wouldn't be good. No, don't want to do that. I already got one of my friends sick because I didn't know I was sick, okay? I didn't know I was sick. Comfort. I didn't know I was sick, and I went and hung out with a couple of friends, actually, but I think only one of them is sick right now. So I feel really bad. I do. I had no idea. Because the next morning, I was hit with a fever, and I was like, whoa. I woke up, and I was like, something's not right. Like, I feel pretty hot. Woke up, it was like a 99.9, and then over the course of, a few hours, it went up to, I think, 101.8, and I was like, or 102 something, and I was like, I'm gonna go to the doctor. So I was so confident too that it was not COVID. I was like, it feels like strep. My throat was, which is funny because the first time that I got COVID, it started with a sore throat. It started with a sore throat and like this really weird body, like this feeling. I was actually in the middle of streaming back when I streamed. I was in the middle of a stream and I remember I got this feeling. It was like my body just felt heavy all of a sudden. And I was like, oh, I don't feel good. I think it was right toward the end of my stream. So I was like, guys, I'm, heading off. And then I had a sore throat. So I had this like feeling during stream, and then I had a sore throat, and turned out it was COVID. So it's funny to me because while I was at my friend's house, I had a similar feeling, but I just thought it was anxiety. Because I was laying in her bed, we were watching a show, and I had this like wave of panic kind of rush over me. So that's why I was like, oh, it's just anxiety. So I was like, just take some breaths, like look around the room, like I'm here, like feel stuff, like my normal anxiety stuff. And nope, turns out it was just the virus like saying, hello, I'm here now. And yeah, went to the doctor the next morning or the next day, and I was like, it's not COVID, it's probably strep, probably the flu. And the doctor comes in and he's like, when did you get a fever? And I was like, this morning. And he was like, oh, it hit you fast. He's like, it's COVID. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So yeah, here we are, Ellie's Delulu episode of The Bedside Table. Thank you so much for joining me once again. Let's get into these points. Let's do it. Let's have some fun. I almost did not record a sick episode, but I was like, or a sick episode. Sick. But I figured, why not? I'm literally in my apartment alone. I have been for the past week. Been here all week. Not alone. I have my cat. She's laying right here. You can't see her. She's freaking adorable. I'm going to be posting a video of me and her today because I also recorded a Delulu vlog. It's going to be fun. I've been having a good time. Yeah, I'm feeling better, as you can tell, probably. I probably don't sound great, but do I sound sultry sick? With phlegm? Okay, anyway. So, yeah, I'm smart. I wrote in neon orange with a pink neon light. Just imagine what that looks like, okay? So, let's get into it, shall we? Let's get into it.
You got me feeling a fight. You got me feeling a fight. Like how could I not think of you? You got me feeling a fight. You got me feeling a fight. Like how could I not think?
Thinking we need to be doing what other people are doing because they're successful at what they're doing. Let me break this thought down for you because it probably might have sounded like a mouthful. So just listen again. Thinking we need to be doing what other people are doing because they're successful at it. They're successful. Hey, you're doing that thing. I see you doing that thing and you're good at it and you're successful with it. And like, I guess I need to do that thing too. It's like when you see people that are into fitness and it's working for them and you're like, what exactly do you do? Because I need to do it. You see people are like, oh yeah, I just eat this and this and this. I'm going to eat this and this and this. And then I'm going to feel the same, be the same. I see you doing that creative thing. I see you making this stuff and selling it. Like, I need to be doing that too. I don't know about you, but I get into these headspaces and I think it probably stems from the comparison curse. We're just going to call it that. Excuse me. The comparison curse where, especially I feel like as a creator, it gets very easy. When I was a Roblox streamer, I was quite a successful Roblox streamer. Wasn't huge or anything. I had about 4,000 followers. And I was doing okay. we had some poppin' Roblox streams, and what would happen sometimes after I would end my stream, I would go look at other Roblox streamers and specifically like just look at their profile, like what they're doing on there, about like their panels and stuff, like what they're doing, what their setup is like, how many followers they'd gained since the last time I'd peeped their profiles, like literally. And that's the comparison curse. And it would always make me feel not great. And I would try and remind myself, like, oh, hey, we're going here and we're like looking at it and like, hell yeah, let's support this Roblox creator, this other creator who's doing a similar thing that we're doing. We're streaming the same game. Let's support our small streamers, like all this. And it kind of feels like it was just under this guise of like, yeah, I'm supporting you, but what I'm really doing is comparing myself to you. And as much as I would try and convince myself, like, of course I also supported them. But I think when I was doing it then, like after my streams, like closing out and being like, okay, we did good. Let's go see how good other people are doing, you know? But I'm just kind of like, I support you, but let's go see how good you're doing compared to me. Don't know why I turned into a robot. But I think this kind of thing, like, oh, I need to be doing what this person's doing because they're doing good at it. I think that kind of thing stems from this comparison curse. And I have gotten into this mindset so many times. And how I know I'm traveling down this mindset is, first of all, it starts stressing me out because I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? What am I supposed to be doing? Should I be doing what they're doing? Should I be selling this kind of thing? Should I be making this kind of thing? Should I be doing merch like this? Should I be making a podcast like this person? And like, it can kind of derail. It can derail things really quickly, and just like, it'll just stress me out. It'll stress me out, and it'll take me away from what I actually want to be doing. It'll take me away from feeling good about what I'm doing. But I mean, I feel like it's hard not to fall into it, because when you see somebody else, especially a fellow creator, when you see a fellow creator doing something and they're doing well at it, of course we want to be like, how are they doing that? And I think there's a difference between researching and gaining inspiration from different creators, because of course we're going to watch other creators and be like, ooh, I like that idea. I think we can admire what other people are doing, but it doesn't necessarily mean we need to do exactly what they're doing. I think we can admire them. And during my research of when I just researched, like, I watched a whole bunch of different how-to YouTube videos, if that makes sense. Like, how to do YouTube videos. Just like different advice from different creators on like starting on YouTube, and like the tips they gave and all that. And like I wrote it down and everything. It was like, but when I was doing that, oh no, lost my train of thought. Hold on, let me get it back. Advice from YouTubers about YouTube. Comparison curse. Comparing, admiring. Okay. So when I was doing that research, I think one of the points of advice that was said like multiple times is to mirror your favorite creators, or kind of like basically that. So when you're making your content for the first time, like, use other creators' styles, like, until you find your own is the point. Like, gain inspiration and sure, mirror them and emanate, I think. Is that the word? We're gonna use it. Emanate your favorite creators and their styles. And, don't copy it literally, copy and paste, but you can emanate people's styles and emanate. I'm using it too much now, aren't I? Yeah, I am. Basically, it's taking your other. I'm hot, I'm sick. It's a Delulu episode. Just stick with me, okay? Let's just keep it going. Just forget I said those things. Not everything. Don't forget everything that I've said. We're going to keep going. Basically, gaining inspiration from creators, using that when you first start creating. So pretending to be like other creators until you get comfortable being your own was not the exact advice that was given. The exact advice had the word emanate in it, and it was just about like copying other creators because everything is just a remake of a remake of a remake. You get what I'm saying? Maybe I'm not making any sense. Hopefully I'm making some. No, monkey, Dorothy. Hi. Don't step on that, please. Thank you. Sorry for the freak out. I can't wait to watch that back to see what I look like. That's hilarious. I have my phone on my little tripod on a stool next to my bed, and she almost stepped on it. And the tripod that it's on, it's not sturdy. It's not at all. As soon as she would have stepped on it, would have fell over. And if you know anything about podcasts, well, I'm pretty sure there are creators that probably cut their podcasts because they can do it real smooth. Mine would not have been a smooth cut. I would have had to been like, either have to kept the phone falling over because my fat cat knocked it over, or cut it out and be like, sorry. But I am a little bit of a perfectionist, so I like things to just be smooth sailing. So, but that was fun. Okay, fun distraction. Hey, that helped though. I was getting in my head and like going all over the place. So, but yes. So I think it's great to gain inspiration, and if you need to, like, yeah, copy other creators and like do their thing for your thing until you find your thing. You know what I'm saying? No. Okay. All right. She's going off. Okay. She knows that I don't want her to do that. Oh. Okay, good. But yeah, I think it's easy because there is so much content out, and there are creators doing so many different things. That's another rabbit hole I get down into. Down and dirty. I get down into that other rabbit hole, is just seeing so many different people doing so many different things and being successful at it. Like, there's so many different things to do. And there's so many different things to be good at doing, I guess. Like, there's an unimaginable, that's correct. And there's an unimaginable amount of things that we can do as people. And so, like, I just see so many different people doing so many different things and doing well at it. And it does come from a place of admiration, but if I'm not careful, it can teeter over into a place of like, should I be doing that? Should I be doing that? And I think the reason why I'm talking about this is just because if anyone else feels similarly, like they feel like, oh, well, I get into these headspaces and it does stress me out to think like, I need to be doing what this person is doing. I need to be doing this. I need to be following this diet. I need to be following this workout regimen. I need to be creating what this person's creating. Oh, I need to be making a podcast. I need to be making a podcast. I need to be doing vlogs. I need to be doing whatever kind of video content. I need to be doing shorts. I need to throw TikToks out. Like, there's so much. Of course you get stressed. Of course it gets overwhelming. I think when you find yourself kind of spiraling in all of that, like, take a step back. Take a step back. Notice that you can admire these people for doing all these things. You can enjoy TikToks, and you can enjoy Reels, and you can enjoy shorts and podcasts and long form video content, and you can enjoy, sorry, I got an eye itch, blah, blah. You can enjoy all the content that you enjoy, and you can admire and respect and also enjoy your favorite creators being successful on their creative journey, but it doesn't mean that you have to be doing all of that. Because I mean, that's just so much. That's so much to put on your plate. So much pressure to put on yourself. Of like, oh, I need to be doing that, and that. Just take a step back. Admire these people from afar. Enjoy the content that's put out for you. Like, enjoy it. And then start looking in here. Start asking you, well, what do I want to do, and why do I want to do it? If your why is like, oh, because so-and-so's doing it, maybe that's not a... I don't know, maybe it is a good enough why for you. But maybe that's not a good enough why. It might be, and maybe it's not. Explore it within yourself of like, what do I want to be doing? And if the answer is, I don't know yet, that's okay too. I've been there so many times where I'm like, I have no idea. I want to do something. I want to do stuff, but I don't know what I want to do. You have no idea how often I've been at that place. But it gets me to places like these where I brainstorm forever, and I have to take a step back. If I'm stuck in the stress zone and I'm stuck with the comparison curse on my back, then I don't really get anywhere. It's only when I step out of that and I just admire, and I just try not to take everything so seriously, and I try not to think, oh, when I see something I enjoy, oh, I need to be doing that. When I find a hobby I like doing, oh, I could sell this. You know, it's so easy to go into this mode of, it's so easy to go from like joy and fulfillment and admiration into like, how do I monetize this? How do I make content out of this? Because, well, we live in that kind of world. So that's a balance that I've been finding in my life. Still working on it. I still struggle, but it's getting better. And so, yeah. So, I mean, if you find yourself in a similar headspace, just, take a step back. Center yourself, whatever that means for you. If it means nothing, cool. If my words right now are sounding like blah 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 blah, that's okay. Who this is for is who this is for. Again, I'm also sick, so whoa, it's okay. We're making the best of it. We're making the best of it, folks.
You got me feeling some type of way from the songs. It's too early days and I can't seem to keep my mind off of you. It comes and it goes, but it's never gone. How can I go on without you? Please don't let me. Please don't let me. You got me feeling a fight. You got me feeling a fight. Like how could I not think of you? You got me.
Moving on to our next bullet point. This is all I wrote. This is what I wrote. And I'm sure this will resonate well. It's scary being on my own. It's scary being on my own. Yeah, I'm like, okay, let's unpack this can of worms, shall we? It's not really a can of worms. It's just, it's kind of a heavy-ish thing to talk about, but we're going to make it fun. But it's also kind of a heavy thing, so. I mean, it doesn't have to be. Oh, good Lord. Okay, let's just talk about it. So, it's scary being on my own. So, I'm embarking. I'm swimming. No. I'm embarking on a journey. And it's one that I haven't really intentionally put myself on this path in like ever. Like my whole life. I haven't really intentionally chosen to just shoot myself out of a cannon into life on my own. Which isn't technically what I'm doing, I guess. There are no cannons involved, no. That'd be fun, though. To be shot out of a cannon? No, it wouldn't. My anxiety. I don't even know if I can ride a plane anymore. So, I am moving into a smaller apartment soon. I'm not sure anything will look different because I'm going to have it set up hopefully the same. It might look different, actually. I might set it up differently when I get over there, but I'm moving into a smaller apartment. It's going to just be me and my cats, and I'm nervous, I'm scared, but I'm also excited about it. I think right now it's just kind of, I'm in this weird place, this weird in-between place of, I'm in a bigger apartment right now, and it's just me and my cat right now, and it just feels kind of weird and empty, and, yeah, it does. It just feels kind of weird and empty, and talking about it is making me feel weird and strange, and I don't like it. But also, it's what I have to experience. It's the feelings. It's the different feelings that I've been getting that have made this kind of a scary experience. It's like, because at one moment it's like, I'll be fine. I'll be like, I'm good. Life's okay. I'm having fun. I'm being goofy. I'm being silly. And then this like feeling will hit me of like, you're alone. You're doing this by yourself. And it like, I don't know what it is about it. It's just, I think it's just so unknown to me. I'm telling you, I don't know. Like, I was just having a good time and having fun, and like now things, it just sounds so quiet now that I'm talking about all this. Everything just sounds so quiet. Cause I don't know. Just probably, again, I'm sick. It's Delulu. Probably doesn't make no sense. But like, when I started talking about that, I got this feeling of like, whew, if that makes any sense. It was like this feeling of like, oh yeah, this is what's happening. This is what's going on. I don't know if that makes any sense, but yeah, so I'm embarking on this. It's so quiet right now. It's so quiet. My head is really stuffed up, so everything is kind of muffled anyway, but it's very quiet. And just me sitting here by myself, talking to y'all, like, it's just really quiet. It's strange. I'll just say that. There we go. It's strange. Nope, you know what? I think I know what the feeling was. I think I know what it is. I have to poop. I'm sorry? I'm gonna have to... Wait. Maybe. Nope, yeah, I have to poop. I'm gonna have to edit this. Crap! Literally. I'm sorry. I have to. Quick break. Maybe it wasn't a really strange feeling of like, oh my god, no. It's just the pre-poop feeling. We all know it. Okay, BRB. Hello. I feel better. Okay. Anyway, where was I? So freaking sorry. Just, things are unexpected. You're gonna encounter unexpected things. I was just talking about like how I would like things to be just smooth sailing, and then I had to take a freaking crap. So that's life for you, honey. Okay. But anyway, gotta hop back on the train of my thoughts, which was, yeah, so I'm embarking on this journey to be on my own for the first time in my life. Now, I've been on my own briefly. I've had very brief periods. There was one time, I think in like 2014, I want to say either 2014 or 2015, where I was in an apartment by myself for 1 month. I had been living with my best friend and her dad, and then I was like, okay, I want to get out there. I've had this mentality of like, I want to get out there. I just want to get out there and do stuff by myself. I just want to live life, you know? I've had this mentality probably, goodness, since I was young, of just getting out there and doing things and like being independent. And I've had to fight a lot with like toxic independence and all this with myself. So So I think those are there are times that it didn't work because it was just, I didn't really know why I was doing it. It was just mainly like, oh, I just want to be on my own. Just want to be my own. I just want to do this stuff by myself. Like, there was no direction to it, I suppose. There wasn't really any direction. And wasn't prepared. I was young. Not saying that if you're young, you can't get out there and explore independently. Of course you can. But around the times when I was trying to do that, it was either I was at a really low place mentally and emotionally. I think any of the times that I've tried, I was at a pretty low place. I hadn't done any of the emotional work. I haven't done any of the healing that I've done now as a 28-year-old, which is fine. Of course I hadn't done any of that yet because I wasn't ready to, or I didn't know how, or whatever it was, like probably all of it. Just didn't know how, wasn't ready to. Anything else. And healing came in time and I will still continue healing probably for the rest of my life, and that's okay. So I hadn't really, very briefly, I've been on my own, but just very directionless, without much intention other than, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. And so now I am intentionally embarking on this journey of let's do it ourselves for a little while. Let's just be on our own for a bit. I feel stable enough to be able to do so. Stable enough in several ways, not just mentally stable. Which we are, of course, can't you tell? No, but really, I'm scared about it because it's such an unknown thing. Because I haven't ever kind of jumped into it like I'm doing now. And I'm not jumping into it just like directionless this time. I'm jumping into it feeling confident that it's going to go well. And even if it doesn't go how I think it's going to go, I still know it's going to go well. I still know things are going to be okay. Regardless of whether it goes this way or that way or whatever way. I'm kind of trying also not to be like, oh, it's going to be like this. It's going to be like this. Or I'm trying not to put so much control on it because I feel like that would backfire. So I'm trying to enter into this with intention, yes. Like, I'm making this choice. And I'm confidently making this choice. But I'm also not saying I'm confidently making this choice because I want it to be this way, or I want it to go this way. I'm just confidently making this choice because I want it to be. I just want it to be. This is how I want it to be. I just want to be on my own for a bit. And I just want to live. Just want to be. Just want to live. See how it goes. And just see how it goes. And I know you guys don't know me very well yet, but I am generally, throughout my life, I've generally not been someone who can kind of, loosen the reins a little and just sit back and let things occur because, well, let's just say, I've had problems. Let's just say I've had problems. I didn't know what I was going to say. I didn't know where I was going to go with that. But I'm trying to avoid saying that I'm controlling. What? Me? No way. But yeah. But I've had my reasons to kind of, my life growing up felt so out of control. Everything was out of my control. Everything that happened was out of my control. Everything that happened to me was out of my control. I felt controlled, so I turned around and became the one who controlled things because it was like, I mean, that makes sense. When you grow up in a place that's chaotic and out of control, and you yourself are like so controlled, and you're controlled in such an uncontrollable environment. Does that make sense? I know it sounds weird, but yeah, so I grew up with like, okay, I've got to keep a handle on things. I've got to keep a handle on things. Otherwise, shit's just going to get really messy again, and we've done that before. I don't want messy. I don't want chaotic. But I think you can have... Things can be messy and chaotic around you. Things can be messy and chaotic out there, but you can keep it good in here. And I think that's, of course, what I was missing. Because I feel like the reason why I was trying to keep everything together out here is because I wasn't keeping everything together in here. I didn't know how for the longest time, and I'm still learning. But I have a better gist on how to keep inner me feeling all right and feeling not out of control. So even if things outside of myself aren't in my control, which hardly anything ever is, if things are out of control externally or kind of chaotic, whatever it may be, if internally I'm doing all right and I've got it under wraps in here for the most part, if I'm balanced out and grounded and centered for the most part, I say for the most part because not always, and I'm still working on it, but yeah, so if I feel more confidently controlled in here, not in a bad way, in a good way, then when things are uncontrollable and messy on the outside, it's a lot easier for me to handle. I've noticed. Again, this is kind of a new concept for me, although I have been doing work for a while. We don't have to get into all that because I don't want to get into all that, but yeah. So I'm embarking on a lone journey. Just me and my cat. Me and my cat. We're going to be in a little pot, man. I'm going to be doing things like this with you. Yeah. And I think that's the exciting part too, is like I finally get to create my own space for myself. I finally just get to kind of piece things together that are mine. Almost everything that I've had throughout my life is like a hand-me-down, or it's from someone else's family, or it's from a friend. And there's nothing wrong with that, but there's this feeling of like, I kind of want things to be my own. I want to be able to say, that is mine, and I got that for me. And that's not to say that like I'm not appreciative of the things that I've been given and the help and support that I've received. Oh my gosh, I'm so grateful for it. But like this bed, first bed I've ever bought myself. First bed that is mine. First bed in my whole life that is not someone else's, that I'm not sharing with somebody else, that wasn't handed down to me, given to me by a friend, from my parents. This is my bed. And there's something about that feeling of like, I did this. I was able to get this for me for the first time. Like there's just something, I don't know, there's something so good about that. Because it's like, I can provide for me. I guess maybe it's just that sense of being able to take care of myself. And of course it involves money, and I know we don't all have the luxury to spend money on ourselves. I know that, but it took me 28 years. Okay. Well, not like 28 years, because obviously from when I was born, I wasn't working toward getting my own mattress, but it took me years to be able to be in a place where I can provide for myself, where I have the means to finally take care of myself. And I feel like I'd just kick myself later if I didn't give myself the chance to do it. Like I want the chance, I think, more than just wanting to be on my own. That's what I'm saying. This isn't just, I'm independent. I just want to be by myself now. It's not like that anymore. It's like, I want to provide for myself. I want to know that I can take care of me. So I have to put myself in a situation confidently and intentionally to where I must do that, where I must take care of me. Because I want to be able to do that. I want to know how to do that. And maybe for some people, you don't have to be completely by yourself to be able to do that. Maybe you can do that with a roommate or with somebody else. For me and my journey specifically, this is how I want to do it. And this is what feels right for me. It feels right. I want to take care of me. I don't want anyone else taking care of me right now. Again, that's not to say, like, of course I need my support system and my friends and my colleagues. Of course I need my support system. Of course. But I want to take care of me. Yeah. And that's my why. That's my reasoning. That's why it's different than the times that I've tried to do it before. Very briefly tried to do it before. And it didn't work out. But I feel confident and I feel right in this choice. Because it's just going to be such an invaluable thing to learn. How to take care of yourself. Oh my goodness. I'm going to use that for the rest of my life. I'm going to use it for the rest of my life. Yeah. I'm nervous, I'm scared, but I'm excited and I'm ready. Yay. I had one more point written down. But I think I'm just going to move on to the final question, which is our silly question for our Delulu episode of the Bedside Table. I hope you've enjoyed. I've had so much fun. I'm upset that I had to freaking take a poo-poo in the middle of this episode, but we're human beings, okay? When it comes, it comes. When it happens, it happens. What am I saying? When you gotta go, you gotta go. That's what I was trying to say. My brain got there eventually. So, final question, as if I've been asking you questions. Question. Do you put your syrup in the fridge? Like a cray-cray person? Like a psycho? You're not a psycho. I'm sorry. Don't take that seriously. You're not. Unless you put your syrup in the fridge. Do you? Oh, God. Anytime I'm a pet sitter, so I go to people's houses and watch their pets and like stay at their houses. So I've been in a whole bunch of different people's houses. I'm trying to think of when I used syrup at someone else's house, whatever. Whenever there's syrup in the fridge, no, you don't have to do that. It just makes it cold and like, syrup is already thick and goopy. You put it in the fridge, it gets thickier and goopier. Thicker, whatever. Who cares? Delulu. I'm just blaming it on the fact that I'm sick right now. I do not, though I'm Delulu right now, I'm not Delulu when it comes to my syrup. No siree. I didn't do that on purpose. That was an accident. My creative brain is like killing it right now. Okay. Anyway. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me for episode 3 of The Bedside Table. I'm your host, Delulu Ellie. And I'll be back next week with another fabulous episode of The Bedside Table. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. I had a lot of fun with this one. I've been having a lot of fun with this podcast. If you haven't watched the previous episodes, please give them a listen, give them a watch. Give your ears or your eyes to them. Seriously, there's a troll. The troll will ask you for something. You gotta pay up. Ears or eyes. Which is it? No. But yeah, please thank you so much for being here. Support the podcast. Like and subscribe to the channel if you're watching on YouTube. Whoa! And I've got vlogs and funny videos coming out if they're not out already. I don't know. I've been recording all of these in advance. I don't know when these are going to get out because I'm going out there on my own. I don't have a desktop computer right now. Just got my little laptop. So we're making the best of it. So whenever these get out there, they get out there. So I'm just saying all kinds of stuff at the end right now. So subscribe, like, watch my other videos if they're out. I don't know if they are yet. If you're listening on Spotify, go check out my other links. Specifically just YouTube. We're having a lot of fun here. And I'm so glad you joined me for all this fun we're having. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm done. I'm being sappy and sentimental, but thanks for being here. And I'll see you next week. Okay. Bye.
You